Hello, people. So this is a second part to Matan humiliates Bonnie Blue over her degeneracy. Now the last time I had no idea what was I getting into, but now I do. So I will focus on the deep breathing, so I can be because that was kind of causing me a little bit of I don't know how do you say that kind of uncomfortableness. So I know what am I going into. So hopefully it will be a better experience maybe this time. It's all good experience. Don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying this whole thing. I mean, I have enjoyed it last video, and I'm enjoying this as well. But I feel like I was sort of too I don't know how do you explain, kind of too loopy. My mind just kept looping a little bit, and we'll see if I do that again or I don't. So let's just go with it.
The people there's also when you're looking online, you're only choosing to highlight the negative
That's not
comments.
true at all. You
You
think
are.
there's positive comments about you online?
Yes.
And you think that's the majority?
No, but in person.
So why would I
completely
highlight the
different.
negatives? You would have to highlight the positives in bad faith.
But if you're going to sit there and highlight the negatives and say there's no positives, and then you just corrected yourself to say, okay, there is positives, it's just not
There
the
are
majority.
meaningless positives, as I've said, from actually
Well, if
insane,
they're
schizophrenic,
meaningless, if
parasocial
they're
humans.
meaningless positives, they're also meaningless negatives.
That's correct. But there's also meaningful negatives and no meaningful positives.
That's your opinion.
That's true. That is
But
my
I also have better things to be doing than sitting at home reading hate comments from women that can't be asked to give their husbands a.
Yeah,
I prefer to
I don't know
be-
why it seems like every time somebody says something you don't like, you assume that they're in failing relationships or they're old or it seems like you really do take it personally despite you trying to sit here with a stern face pretending that it doesn't hurt your feelings.
If I don't answer your questions, I'm not giving enough information. And if I do give you information, suddenly it's I'm trying to be argumentative.
Yeah,
So
but you're
just
not
make
giving
up
me
your mind.
information. You're just making a random
A lot of these
assumption
times-
that anybody who doesn't like you is an older woman in a failing marriage.
I am, because sometimes when I see these comments, I will click on their profile, and their profile pictures of a fat woman that clearly
But
doesn't
you just
have
said
a
you
nice
didn't
life.
read hate comments, so you just
I-
contradicted yourself. 'Cause
I
you're
don't
a
sit
liar.
and read them all the time, but yes, I have looked at them.
And when you look at your comments, you see positive ones?
Yes.
What do they say? I'm not talking about the messages you get personally.
It's about how beautiful my life are, that I am a nice person, that they enjoy seeing what I get up to.
Right.
There's honestly a lot of positive comments.
What do you think the percentage is there between negative and positive?
In the comments, yeah, majority hate. So it depends what account you're looking at. If you're looking at my, say, Day in the Life TikTok account, I'd say 90%.
Is that on your official profile?
Yeah.
Where you're able to decide what comments are available to be seen?
No. It's
No?
90% nothing but love and positive
Yeah,
comments.
you control the comments on your
I
profile.
don't control the comments on it.
You don't?
No,
Not
any
only can you
comments-
delete the comments, you can actually section out which comments are allowed just by words.
For sure, but I don't do that. And if I was really bothered about getting hate comments, would I continue to piss so many people off, which is encourages hate comments?
Yes.
No, I wouldn't. If I was so concerned.
You would, because you're an imbecile. That's
Okay.
not how that works. I mean, there's other benefits and minuses. By pissing people off, you're giving yourself exposure, right?
For sure. So then why would I sit there and filter out the hate comments? The more
Because-
hate comments I get, the more interactions I get. The more interactions I get, the more views I get.
Because
the
you're
more
not
money.
as stoic as you're making it out. You want the publicity, but you're also offended by the hate comments.
I'm not offended. I've always used hate comments to come up with my new events, come up with new ideas. I use them to continue sleeping with husbands.
That's horribly disgusting. Let's move on. Are you embarrassed when you get recognized in public?
No.
No? I mean, are you proud?
I just find it crazy sometimes. I forget how big I've become so quickly. So
You're not that big. If I was allowed legally and I was able to punch you, you would probably fall down. And I'm not particularly strong.
no. Okay, not big in that sense, but big as in I have a big following and I get recognized a lot.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, are you embarrassed? Well, you said no.
As
Are
I've
you
just
proud?
said, no, I'm not
Are you
embarrassed.
proud?
At times, yes. I'm never ashamed, but I wouldn't always say proud is the first feeling that pops to mind. I'm more just grateful, and I really appreciate the people that come up to me.
And are these people usually like losing their hair? They're extremely fat. They have like back issues. They smell like shit.
No, it's always a mixture of people. It's probably 70% women.
70% of women.
Yeah,
What are they
30%
coming up to
men.
you and doing? Trying to slap you?
No, come and get a photo, say hi, give me compliments.
I mean, do you know that these women particularly know who you are? They're just giving you a compliment because they kind,
They know
As
who
a
I am.
person who I like to consider myself generally nice, when I see like a fool, an idiot, I will say that they're smart to make them feel better about themselves. So maybe some people will tell you that you look young and that your skin
Yeah.
is clear because you look 70.
Yeah, that's fine. But no, that's not the case. They do know who I am, and they're really polite and respectful. Oh, you just having me on this is not only trying to promote yourself, it also promotes me doing work. So
I
for
don't think
all
this
the men
promotes
that
you.
have watched this and go and watch, then thank you,
Unfortunately, I think
boys.
there will be some people who do that, but I think this also promotes me publicly shaming in person somebody like you.
For sure, but it's more embarrassing that you need me for views and to be more recognized in the UK. But that's okay.
So you think I'm doing this to be more recognized in the UK and not because I have on essentially any guest?
It's because I am very good for views and clicks, and it's like most people. A lot of people
But
like
that
yourself,
doesn't mean anything. That's just suggesting that you're a well-performing podcast guest.
For
Am I
sure.
supposed to have on guests who perform bad?
No, but you're using me just as if like it's not beneficial to yourself, and it very much
It is beneficial to myself. It's also beneficial for society because it's like, in a way, going back to when the world was a little better, maybe 1,000 years ago, where, I mean, I wish I could throw stones at you, but that's not allowed. So all I have to do is, and I am, I'm not the bravest, so that's why I have this guy here holding
Yeah.
you away. He's a little
See,
scared
the
of you.
difference is that you wish things like to be able to throw stones on people. I don't.
On
I
you,
don't.
not just on people.
Okay, on me, but I wouldn't wish that. I would just wish,
Because I didn't do anything wrong.
and neither have I.
Well, do you think I do?
Consensual is the complete opposite of doing something wrong.
Yeah, I didn't accuse you of anybody. I'm suggesting that work is bad in the first place.
I think
And
it's...
you're the epitome of the worst version of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a compliment because I love work, but work isn't all bad. A lot of people watch, a lot of people are educated through, and everyone has. So if it's being videoed, it doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
That's okay.
This is sort of similar to what I just said.
Yeah.
Should you have to walk the street being shamed while rotten food, mud, filth, excrement, blood, and stones are thrown at you?
Oh, I would love to walk the street naked whilst getting like...
Yeah, I purposely left that part out of it. I didn't say the naked part. That was sort of the one I left out.
Yeah, but I would like to walk down the street
wasn't the question.
naked. So no, if it's rotten fruit, probably not. If it was then 100%.
But that wasn't part of it. I'm talking about like shit and stones.
Yeah,
I'm sort of zoning out a little bit, and I don't really have a lot of comments. I'm just really paying attention to what is being said here. I'm not a big fan of her using profane terms all the time, and talking about intimate actions. I don't know. So I'm glad that they're bleeping it. I'm usually not a censorship guy. I hate censorship, but in this specific situation, I think it's for the better. I mean, we all can have an idea about what she's saying, sort of, even if we don't know what exactly, but you can tell that it relates to something of like an intimate nature. So let me go back a little bit because I'm starting to zone out here. And
I didn't say the naked part. That was sort of the one I left out.
yeah, but I would like to walk down the street
wasn't the question.
naked. So no, if it's rotten fruit, probably not. If it was then 100%.
But that wasn't part of it. I'm talking about like shit and stones.
Yeah, I've said no if that was that.
Should you have to do that for what you've done, your sins?
No, what sins?
You obviously know what I think your sins are, so what's the point of asking that?
Okay, well, don't mention the question then.
What do you mean don't
You
mention?
keep
What?
asking questions which you know the answer to. Of
I
course,
know
I'm
your
not going
opinion
to.
on it. This is an interview for people to get to know you and me, right?
For sure,
So
but
just
then every
because I
time
know
I
what
answer-
you're going to tell me doesn't mean I'm not going to ask you. Obviously, I know that you're pro work, right?
Yes.
I'm sure the audience has gathered that at this point too, but that doesn't, again, say anything about the interview. Most people already know where people stand before they do hour-long interviews.
Okay.
Was that a good point? You didn't respond to that like you said earlier about me.
I don't need to respond to everything.
You don't need to respond to what?
Everything.
Okay, just the things. Okay, whatever. Were you literally sent here by the devil to make the world a worse place?
Yes. The devil sent me here to
I'm gonna just bleep all of that out, right?
You're just going to bleep everything I say out. It's going to be very boring for you.
I'm gonna bleep all of the disgusting stuff.
That's fine. Well, don't get a worker on your podcast then if you're just going to bleep out all.
No, because I want to shame them, but I don't want to let them
Oh,
promote
so
it.
you're allowed to have your opinion and say your facts, but then if I'm going to speak, you're just going to bleep it out.
You're right. That's exactly how it works on my show.
No problem.
Is that you not like that?
No, it's completely up to you with how you run your podcast.
So then why did you just suggest that there was something wrong with that and then say that there's nothing
Well,
wrong
because
with
then when we get the footage, I'll just clip it and show what really happened.
it? You're going to... yeah, but I'm not going to cut anything out. I'm just going to bleep you saying the disgusting stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. And when I post it, I won't have bleeped those words.
Yeah, but everybody knows what you're saying anyways.
So why can't I just say it?
Because I think that you get pleasure from doing that, and I don't want to let you have that pleasure.
Of course,
I think it's
'cause who
also
wants to
just...
have
He's actually correct about that. So you can see it on her face that she gets the pleasure of being so disgusting like that. And there's definitely some spiritual disease there. You know, there's a type of a person because you might have met somebody like that in your life, somebody who has an enjoyment in doing something that is morally wrong. This is a very clear example here. It's not an extreme one, but somebody who just likes to bombard you with all of these profane things, and they enjoy corrupting you. She enjoys corrupting people. I mean, you know, it seems like an over exaggeration, but you can see it in her face. You know, she's kind of smug smiling. You know, she's like, "Oh yeah, I enjoy corrupting your soul," basically. You know, I mean, she might not say it exactly in this podcast, but you can all kind of infer that from her choosing her words and her expressions. I seriously hope that she gets better, and it's like eventually one day you see, like, either that you are going to understand, you are going to one day realize how evil and how immoral what you have been doing is in your life, or sometimes it's just gotta be on your deathbed. You know, it might be the last thing that you will realize, and it will be so painful. And I hope that she realizes that what she's doing is not good earlier on than later on. I want to stop with my boring conversations here and just keep going at the thing. Oh my gosh, all
I didn't hear what you just said. Say that again. I again didn't hear what you said because of my blocking screen here. Do you want to repeat yourself?
No, that's fine. I'm sure the listeners can hear.
Well, I'm gonna just bleep it anyways. Assuming you made $100,000 sleeping with 1,000 men, wouldn't you just be a for $100 per person?
No, because I like to give back, which is why I did it for free.
Okay, I'm not saying that the people who were part of the video paid you. I'm saying the money you made online, in sort of an abstract way, you're essentially just a for like $100 a person.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I am a...
Your going rate is actually like probably very low.
It's so cheap. I know. I'm genuinely the cheapest worker there is. It's free. Just turn up. You can, follow me on social media, turn up, and it's completely free. I'll provide you with food, drinks. It's better than going to a homeless shelter, to be honest with you. No, like...
Is that usually the people showing up at your events, so like homeless people?
No, I've not had any homeless yet.
So why are you saying it's better than a homeless shelter? Who do you
'Cause the
think
homeless
shelters
shelter-
appeal to?
Well, I just mean it's a very good accommodating place. You turn up for free, you get food, drink. It's a warm place to be.
Can you be extradited to the ocean?
Probably not, no.
Why?
Because I'm not a mermaid.
I didn't claim you were a mermaid.
No, but that's why I can't be in the ocean all the time. I'd love to be. I'd love to be swimming with the fish all the time.
I'm
but-
not suggesting this is a thing that's good for you. I'm suggesting this is a thing that's good for the UK.
I mean, that's about how most people get in the UK, is through the ocean. But for me,
I'm not suggesting they give you a boat either.
No, that's fine. I enjoy it. I'm a good swimmer, but I don't think I could do all the time in the sea.
Yeah, well, I guess that's kind of what I'm aiming for. You would drown.
Yeah, but I don't wish anything bad on myself. So,
Obviously.
no, I'm not going to go and put myself in the ocean.
I'm not asking if you'll extradite yourself. I'm asking if the government can do that. Unfortunately, they're very liberal here, so probably not.
Yeah, probably not, but who knows?
Are you a liberal?
I don't really know what that means.
You don't know what... Yes, you do. You're now just grifting or lying.
I actually don't know what it means.
You don't know what being a liberal means?
No. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know much about politics, and I probably should.
I actually do believe her. I do believe that she might not actually know what does that word mean because she seems like a person who's out of touch with what things around her. She's only I don't know how to explain it. There are some people in life who are just like her, whose their only interest is their own pleasure and their own life, and they don't care about anything else, and they sincerely have never ever been interested in learning about any of these terms, even though that they're basic and common sense. But also, what I'm noticing here that so far I'm really enjoying this podcast, even though that I can get a few feelings here and there. This doesn't mean that I'm not enjoying it. I just want to put that out there. Like I'm not feeling forced that I'm watching this. It's really interesting. It's more than interesting. For the last for my adult life, I've never seen somebody being sarcastically or even jokingly, I don't care, being shamed for what they are doing. And I'm glad that they're being shamed. And at the same time, it's hard for me to hear what she's doing and blah blah blah. Um, but yeah, it's just very interesting. This is something that I never thought that I would ever watch. It's very interesting. Um, but yeah, so if you see me just really focused on this thing, I don't really have a lot of things to say. It's mostly because of that.
But
Oh, so clearly you do sort of know what a liberal means because you said it has to do with politics.
yeah, I know the word falls in the the politics section, but
What
I
do you
don't.
think liberal means if you had to take a guess?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Do you think that means being more like how you think about stuff or me?
Um, I don't know. If you tell me the definition, then I can tell you who sits under what.
You are truly an imbecile. You are like knowledgeless on what?
Yeah.
Just about everything?
I honestly don't know much about things, but I know how to give a good. I know how to pleasure people, and I know how to get myself
You're
out there.
grossing out my body here. You've just backed up from you.
That's okay. I can back up on you if you want.
Is there literally anything in the world you're not willing to do for money?
At the moment, I've never done it.
I'm not,
at all.
I didn't just mean stuff again.
No, but that's it. At the moment, that's the first thing that comes to mind. At the moment.
So if I give you like 10p, can I punch you in the head?
No.
Okay, so then clearly there's more stuff.
Yeah, but the main thing at the moment I wouldn't do.
But you already
is,
clarified it. You don't have to say it again. I'm asking generally. How much do I have to pay you to punch you in the head?
or to punch me in the head, maybe 1 million.
$1 million?
So that's actually quite low. But yeah, I feel like if you had like 1 million in the table, and everyone always says, oh, I wouldn't do that. But if the money was in front of you, you'd probably do more than what you think. So yeah, if you had 1 million on the table now, I'd let you punch me in my head.
Why such a high number?
I don't think 1 million's that high.
Yeah, well, it is to most people. I mean, what's the average wage here? Like 40,000 pounds a year?
I think it's actually a bit lower. I'm not sure. I've not like worked or had a job for
That's
quite a
what I'm
while.
saying. You're saying 1 million isn't a lot. That's like, what, around 25 years of work here?
Okay, well, don't punch me in my head then.
Well, I want to. I'm trying to.
Okay,
I
well,
thought-
get 1 million then.
Unfortunately, I don't have £1 million.
Cool, well, keep your fist down then.
That's unfortunate. Fuck. Should people kill their grandmother so they can inherit the money quicker?
No, that's not very nice.
Why?
And I can't imagine that's very consensual either. I know some people obviously have got grandparents that are really rich and they just want their money, but go and earn your money elsewhere. And if you're reliant on that money, you're clearly not clever enough to earn your own money, so you're probably going to
That's
burn
not
through.
necessarily true. Somebody could be making £1 million.
You know, I really like Matan, but I don't necessarily kind of agree with him kind of going to the aggressive side of things. She can. I don't know, and you people might disagree with me here, but I find this thing a little bit in poor taste, where he kind of makes her feel uncomfortable about punching her and punching a table. I mean, so when this was recorded, she never knew what might happen to her. She might be kidnapped for all what she knows, and I emphasize that I don't like what she does, and I don't exactly am a fan of her. But what he did was in poor taste, in my opinion. Besides that, I don't really have any more comments about that.
A year, but their grandmother could have £1 billion.
For sure, but if you've already got 1 million and if you're clever enough, you can earn a lot more money from that, so you don't need to go and kill your grandparents to earn more money.
You're suggesting that somebody with £1 million can easily become a billionaire?
Not easily, no, but you can make more money, is what I said.
Yeah, but it would be tough if your grandmother had £1 billion. I mean, like, for
If you've
example,
got 1 million and you
I know
can
you
earn-
don't have any children,
Yeah.
but you're like 80, and if I was your kid, I would probably want to kill you to inherit your money.
Okay.
So can I punch you?
As I've said, with your or yeah, but you seem to really struggle with the idea of listening and consent.
Yeah, well, I clearly understand it, which is why I haven't punched you, because I don't want to go to jail.
Okay.
In Florida, there are these invasive lizards, and you can get paid to kill them. Did you know about this?
I didn't know.
Have you ever been to Florida?
When I was young, yeah, I did Disney World.
You did Disney World? What does
Yeah,
that
like I
mean?
went to Disney World.
Did you see those lizards, the big green ones?
No, I saw like the little ones, but I don't think they're the ones you're referring to.
No, it's not. Are you planning on going to Florida anytime soon?
Maybe next year. I really enjoy water parks, and they've got some good water parks there.
And are you going to kill lizards for money?
No,
Why not?
because I wouldn't enjoy that.
Why not?
Because it's not something like I really love animals, and
Yeah, but those animals are now causing the deaths of other animals. They're invasive.
for me, I don't want to kill them. So the answer's no.
But you're now indirectly causing the deaths of actual animals that are supposed to be there by not killing them.
Well, that's nature.
It's not nature, they're invasive.
Yeah, but things and animals get killed all the time, unfortunately. If I was there to, pick up, say, a rabbit from not getting eaten by this lizard, I would. But am I going to go and kill the lizard? No.
You mentioned you had pets in one of your extremely interesting hobbies. What type of
Yes.
pets do you have?
I have a dog, Pomeranian called Marlo, and 2 cats called Nala and Hunter.
Okay, and feels like a weird question to ask, but are you doing like weird things with these animals?
No, of course not.
Why, of course not. Do you think there's anybody who that'd be less of an obvious answer from?
Yeah, I
Who
love
would
my
be-
pets.
Less obvious to say, of course not.
I don't know, some sort of psychopath, a murderer that was probably...
A murderer? I mean, you are like a psychopath, maybe a sociopath. Again, you don't have a soul, just looking at your eyes.
I do have a soul, but no, I adore my pets and do nothing but look after them and shelter them with love.
Right. You said you have a soul, so are you like religious or something?
No, I'm not religious, but I'm definitely not soulless.
So you believe in souls and you think that your soul is on the same level even as a homeless.
Well, I'm a homeless...
I'm saying you're lower than that.
I'm not. It's... The thing I do is consensual and enjoyable, and I've always said...
I don't think consent really matters to me here. I think, as I said, it's
No,
worse.
it does, because that's a difference from a or someone who
I'm
has
not claiming
sex.
you're I'm claiming you're worse than a.
I'm not, because a doesn't use consent, and anyone that doesn't use consent in
But
whether
what you
that's
did to
just
me is worse than going over the line of getting a consent.
well, for me,
Morals, ethics, and good and bad things are decided by
no,
what the law
morals are
is.
very different, and there's never a blurred line between consent. But morals, everyone's got different morals. Like, I think it's okay to you don't. That's because we have different morals. No
I
matter
just think
what.
you're a disgusting person.
That's fine. You've said that multiple times.
I know, but I also didn't. Yeah, but I didn't say that it wasn't okay. I just suggested that that might make you a nonce.
Yeah, and it doesn't. See, the thing, you're talking very opinionated based. Everything I'm saying is factual.
What's factual about what you're saying? That's
That
Almost nothing of what she's saying is factual.
consent is the main part in this, and that they are consenting.
you think it's factual to suggest that consent is a bigger deal than what you do? You know, that would just be an opinion as
What
well.
I do is consensual, so it's the same thing.
Again, I'm
So
not
it's-
saying that you're not getting consent from people. I'm suggesting what you're doing is worse.
It's not worse. If you think
According to
not
you, that's not factual.
no, but consent. If you break consent, you're going to jail, or you're
Okay?
going to get in
But
trouble
we
with
are
the
just
law.
established that jail doesn't decide morals and ethics, obviously.
Morals and ethics are different to consent.
Morals and ethics is what determines if somebody is a good or bad person, though.
Yeah, but you can say I'm a bad person. I'm not arguing that.
Okay, but what do you think I'm arguing with you about the law?
You're just trying to say consent isn't important.
Nope, I'm saying that it is important. And the fact that you've crossed the boundary and done something worse is unbelievable. I mean, I almost
Consent
want to say
isn't
congratulations. You might be the worst person I've ever met in my life.
That's fine. Consent isn't on a grade. Consent is yes or no. There's no in between.
Do you think I'm disagreeing with that? I mean, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? Nope, I said what you're doing is worse than somebody not listening to someone saying yes or no.
Okay, that's fine. You can sit and tell me I'm disgusting and I'm vile.
I have.
I know.
Thank you.
That's
Well,
good.
we're going to have to end here because, contrary to what you suggested, I'm not just in the UK to film with you. I also have to film with Longneck and a couple others. But more importantly, Longneck, who is a little
Yeah.
bit weird, but you've truly topped Longneck in disgusting filth.
Okay, cool.
Well, that will be all. I appreciate the fact that this podcast happened. I don't really appreciate you doing it because I feel like that would make me thankful for anything you've done, which I'm not, because you're not doing this to help me or to help the world. You're doing it to
I'm
help
just doing
yourself.
this so I can continue.
I
But
don't.
that's all bleep. Nobody heard what you just said.
I'm glad. I love you, Matan. I love you for protecting my ears from all of that. I don't want to hear anything about that. I don't want to. So I appreciate.
Yeah, well, I don't need to bleep it when I post it.
But your fans already know what you're saying, right?
Yeah, but I still post multiple content to say, hey, boys. Each day I'm reaching new people, I'm getting new subscribers. So, yes, you might have heard me say it previously, but it's just a reminder yes, I am still a yes, I will still sleep with anybody.
Okay, well, that's it. Please, this isn't my house, but please leave this place immediately. Unfortunately, use the bathroom, so I'm not sure how I'm going to use the bathroom. Certainly won't be going in there for the rest of the time that I'll be staying in the UK. I don't really, I guess that's it. I have to film with Logneck now.
Well, I hope you enjoy your time in the UK.
I hope horrible things happen to you for the rest of your life.
If we took all of the gold that
That was an abrupt ending. I hope horrible things happen to you in your life. I found this whole thing very interesting. Like, more than interesting. I have never in a billion years imagined that somebody would be interviewed about that. Um, she is doing a decent job in trying to make people more curious about her. And I think that what she does is morally not good, is morally bad. I think she's a corrupt person. I think she's a corruptive agent. If you're a man and you're under 30, or you're just a young man, and you're tuning into her every minute, every second that you're listening to this person, this lady, if you can't even call her that, um, you're corrupting yourself, and it's going to, every moment of that is preventing you from having a good life, from having a healthy uh, adult life. Every single second that you're listening to her, you're harming yourself. And she doesn't care. She's sort of like, she's really immoral and corruptive, and she sort of acts like Satan. Like she does what she does. She knows deep down it's harmful, but she somehow is like schizophrenic, that she has like she believes two things at once. Like, at one side, at the heart of her, she most likely knows, because she was laughing when he asked her, and when he told her that, oh, so you do these things so because you enjoy to make people hear you and to hear all these profanities, and she sort of laughed or smiled and said, yeah. And so she clearly knows that what she is doing is, some that is of that nature, and she enjoys it. And she's standing on a mountain of simps, people who fund this operation, weak men who need a lot more care. There are a lot of men these days that are in a situation, or are in a level that is really bad. That they there's just a lot of men that need a lot of help. And by help, I don't mean from this kind of disgusting person. Help from other men who teach them what life is about, and how to go out about things. How can they have a girlfriend? How can they have a wife? How can they have a good family? How can they love? How can they be content? How can they love God? How can they be loved by God? How can they feel that? You know, to take them out of degeneracy. So I really appreciate Mitan here. He's doing God's work, in my opinion. Even if he was being joking, even if he was being sarcastic, he's doing God's work by saying things. How he said a lot of things of what most people are thinking. Let me actually go down in the comments and see what the comments says. Man, I really want that silver episode. I have no idea what is that. Perception, gold appreciated. Wait. This is not even about the same video. That's my bad. Let's just go bad. Um, okay. This feels like a debate between lust and wrath. This is funny. Can we please have Bonnie Blue versus two Jewish rabbis versus... Man, this is way too much for me. Mad props to the hazmat suit holding up his arms for 45 minutes, Lamau. This has to be the most verbally hostile human interaction ever recorded. Funny. Matan is a great example of what kids are gonna do to her kids. Yeah, I agree. I put on a condom just to watch this episode. The fact she stayed longer than 3 minutes is crazy, bro. You can't humiliate someone who feels no shame. I doubt it. As the hazmat guy standing there just waving his hand is frying me. Yeah, I was watching him this whole time. He keeps doing that. I really loved him. Um, the fact that she's so casually talking about wanting to teach her kids that having random bleep with random people is a great, absolutely horrible. I agree with that. I see what people says. What people say. This is product of social media indoctrination. Yep. You got indoctrinated by the you know who's. We do not allow your kids to roam the internet unsupervised. Heck, I would not allow them to roam the internet at all as kids. She wanted to come on the show the second Matan turned 18. Name 10 STDs. Bonnie Blue cannot be broken. She is made of solid semen. Her shell is a teenage boy's blanket. Rock solid crust. Undoubtedly the hardest pounding she has taken. We're being disgusting. I've never seen bro this angry. I agree with his anger. Sort of. His whole career has prepared him for this interview. Oh man. Mike keeping the hands up for 40 minutes was perfect. Thank you. And an unstoppable force meets a 90-year-old woman. Are you funded by AIPAC? I think indirectly she is. Even if it's not directly. They want these kind of people to influence men's brains so that they stay in power. I know this is all a joke, but her thinking her kids will respect her is actually deluded. You're delusional if you think that most of what she says is delusional. She is 90% delusional, or maybe 85%. But yeah, but she's to a big degree she's a delusional person. It's not just this one specific opinion. You said your dad supports your career. Is he also clinically insane? Just deserve a knuckle? Yeah. I mean that wasn't. Let me see what people say about that. All OnlyFans girls say that, but usually that is that the father does not even talk to them. You know, it's kind of sad. Bonnie Blue's biological dad left when she was 1. The guy she's talking about is her stepdad, her sister's dad. That makes more sense actually. The fact that she hung in for so long confirms that she can. I'm not reading the rest of that. Although Matan is a character, you can feel the genuine disgust he has for her. Yeah. Holy crap! She's 26. She looks like a healthy 45-year-old. I agree. See, being 100% honest, I thought that the first time when I saw her on some Instagram post, I was the same guy. I literally thought she was in her 40s. She don't look 26, and this is honest. This is not out of hate or anything. I'm just being totally honest. Sleeping with 1,000 men is fine, but discussing how much she earns is too far. Yeah, that was also kind of funny to me and interesting, but I sort of understand where she is coming from. Gotta give hazmat suit guy credit for holding his arms for 42 minutes. Yeah, I don't think I would be able to do that. You can't shame the shameless. I agree with that. I love how it's bleeping out all the words related to the act of having the act, but not all the curse words. I'm at 215. How did this possibly go on for another 40 minutes? I have no idea either. I didn't like. I would not. How I don't know how that happened. I think this is incredible. This is a turning point in the whole internet. People will look back at this video as some sort of seismic shift in the history of the world. Lamau, I just love how Matan and the others treated her like some toxic, which she is. I literally said the thing. I didn't read, so the comment says, which she is, and I said that without reading that comment. That's how much that we are agreeing. That's how much that everybody is agreeing with what Matan said and what they're doing. She is a toxic biohazard. She definitely looks like she's at least in her 30s or 40s. Yep. I would say 40s. She turned 126 during this episode. because she was aging so fast. Bonnie is not a mermaid. She's a sperm whale. Oh, pretty good. This seems to be the longest she's kept her legs closed. Oh yeah, I was sort of thinking about that. I just do want to say she seemed to be really, she keeps doing this and that. I don't want to think all these disgusting thoughts. I'm done reading this. Okay, I am hyperventilating at the moment. I can't handle it. This was amazing, and it took me through. It's almost a psychedelic experience what this took me through. I can't believe what I just watched. I can't believe this person exists. I actually doubt. Maybe she's lying about with some of that. I can't. I just can't buy it. I don't know. I don't know how it. Um. But yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I really think that this video is gonna blow up if it's not blowing up already. So this better get me some views. But yeah, if you enjoy watching this, if you have any comments, any opinions that are opposing to mine, just put them down in the comments. And enjoy the rest of your day. Stay strong and don't budge.